Hello everybody and welcome back to the Dacia campaign. It is really getting exciting now. Last time we took Larissa off the Macedonians and joined our allies the Greeks in war against the Brutii. And not much was happening in the episode until the very end when the Brutii came and bribed Thermon from the Greeks, leaving it unoccupied. So we got Thermon for free, and now we have Larissa, Thermon, Thessalonica, and we've left the Macedonians with just Corinth and I believe Athens. So if we can have a few more victories, take Corinth, take Athens, take Apollonia, we will have all of Greece except for Sparta, which is controlled by our allies, the Greeks. So that is a huge win in my book. I think our odds of staying allied with Greece for a very long time and enjoying the benefits of trade with them are very high. So I'm excited about that. Now, we're in a bit of a sticky situation because of how quickly we've expanded on the Macedonian front. And that is that we sent two of our generals over to Thermon from the kind of rampaging army that took Larissa. So now Larissa, instead of having 3 generals and 2 Scythians, which was originally 3 Scythian mercenaries, is now just Skyles the Conqueror, 2 units of Scythians, which are a little bit battered, and 1 battered unit of hoplites. So if Aristoxenus of Enna decides to attack Larissa next turn, we're going to be in a bit of a sticky situation. But luckily, we will have some barbarian noble cavalry at the end of this turn, and we do have reinforcements. We have 4 units of chosen archer warband, which will definitely help in this battle against the Macedonians. It's just a question of whether we can get them inside the city before it's too late. So we have that to worry about, and then down at Thermon, we have to worry about the Brutii because now we have Thermon with 2 of our most valuable generals inside, and that's it. So not great defenses there. So I'm a little bit worried about whether we will hold on to these 2 cities, but we're going to do our best in this episode. Now we're near the end of this turn. We have a couple more Scythian mercenaries coming down from Scythia, which is a relief, but it will be a couple turns before they arrive, so we need to hold on until then. But let's just quickly take inventory of our entire empire, make sure there's nothing else we need to purchase or upgrade before the end of this turn. So I know in Byzantium we're not currently building anything, and I wanted to just reassess that real quick. So I'm taking a look at the available economic upgrades, seeing if they would be worth it. Market's not a bad investment. Shipwright is actually a pretty good investment. How much does this cost? 1,600 denarii, and it increases our trade by about 112, I believe. So that'll pay for itself in 12 to 13 turns, something like that. I definitely think that's worth investing in for Byzantium to get that trade up from the extra trade fleet of having a shipwright. Basically, any investment that pays for itself in 2 or 3 episodes, I'm happy with. So we're going to go ahead and invest in that. Up at Campus Scythii, we have a pretty good public order situation right now. We're at 120% public order at normal tax rate, so we could bring that lower. And next turn, we will be building a minor city here instead of a large town. So squalor will go down, so that 40% penalty to public order will be decreased dramatically. So that is good news. Now I'm wondering if this would be a good time to start marching north with this army and picking up other Scythian settlements. Let's piece together what would be Skyluris' army if he were to march north. So Skyluris himself, definitely all of my cavalry because that's very useful against Scythians, and then we want long-range archers, which we don't really have much of. So maybe we're not quite ready. Let's see, is this Captain Emenos? Yeah, this is the big army of archers and horse archers. We're going to give this another turn. Can we build any chosen archer warband near here? We'll build some in Porlisum and send over the ones that we have to Campus Scythii so that we can begin using those against the Scythians. That'll be useful. And can we get any from Titus? No, not yet. So we need that archery range before we can build any more at Titus. Over at Campus Yazigis, we are not yet ready to train those top tier units because we're still at a large town, unfortunately, here. Campus Yazigis is, I believe, no longer under the plague, but last time was under the plague still, so their population's still down a little bit. And by the way, this is my first episode on the channel since I switched recording styles, and I believe the frames per second should be much better. It should be much smoother experience. So let me know if you notice a difference. Yeah, I'm very, very glad to not be playing the slow version of this game anymore. But let's go ahead and end this turn. There's nothing else we can really do. And I am happy that nothing was besieged, right? Nothing besieged? No. So that's a good result for me. I was expecting Artaxoxenus of Enna to attack, but he didn't, and neither did the Brutii. So that's a great situation for me. In Larissa, we are dealing with a plague. Kind of a difficult situation to manage. We're going to go with our standard tactics here. We will train 1 unit of Barbarian Noble Cavalry because we just want to have it, and we'll drop the population by as much as possible by training up a bunch of peasants so that that minus 3% population growth rate from the plague doesn't harm the population too much at Larissa. We'll take Captain Banat here, just this mercenary Peltas, and send him over to Thermon. And now I need to decide which way do I want to attack with the armies that I have at Larissa and Thermon. Because it seems like the Brutii are more threatening towards Thermon and Larissa, since they're facing this direction. But we're so close to knocking the Macedonians out of the game that there's also an argument for dealing with the Macedonians first. In this case, I think it makes sense to attack the Brutii first, because they're still relatively weak. They have a couple of little armies here that I could beat pretty easily with decent archers, which I now have. And if I could just knock them off of this entire region and not have them have any foothold here, I would feel much more comfortable. And then we could deal with the Macedonians later. At least the Macedonians are distracted by fighting our allies, the Greeks. So they shouldn't be too interested in taking Larissa, but we'll see. Let's see what kind of an army we could muster up here. So we'll grab, unfortunately we're going to be exposing whatever army I muster to this plague in Larissa. I don't think we can do that. We're just going to have to wait. Let's see. Can we get this unit to Thermon without going through Larissa? Hopefully. I don't want them to get plague. Did they get plague? I don't know. I don't think so. Captain Desanu didn't pick up plague. I didn't know if passing through would be an issue, but he'll go over to Thermon, and then we can put together an army from here and potentially start fighting the Brutii. Now, I honestly forget whether I've checked if there were any Cretans in Apollonia. I believe I checked and there weren't any. I'm going to check again because there you go. We have Cretans. Okay, that'll be super useful. We'll send them back to Salona. And yeah, that makes me feel a little bit better about defending Salona if the Brutii go up there to attack. Just having some really decent long-range archers. Let's take a look at our announcements. Our end of turn report first. We profited 998 that turn. I'm happy with that. We'll take a look at the state of the plague. Larissa's the only settlement affected. Skyles the Conqueror. Yep, I knew he was affected. That's all right. And then I believe I had a spy up here that had plague. Yep, we were going to spread the plague to the Germans. So we'll go send our spy up there. Hopefully he makes it there before he's cured of the plague. Next up, most advanced faction is us again. It's just us and Egypt passing it back and forth. I'm all right with that. I'm just happy to have it now. And as we continue taking these cities, I think we will push ahead and they will hopefully not catch up. So we have a new family member, Berkita. Wonderful. Always happy to have the family growing. And in Campus Scythii, our High King's Hall is complete here. Let's go ahead and build an archery range. We definitely want that because it is so essential that we have long-range archers for fighting the Scythians. And I just want to knock them out of the game as fast as possible. So we'll send these Chosen Archer Warband up to Campus Scythii and keep sending the ones from Porolissum over as they're trained each turn. We'll just keep marching up to Campus Scythii. At Bilazora, they're not too happy with me. We'll bring down the tax rate a little bit, and honestly, it's not bad to have a higher population growth rate here because we are working on getting Bilazora up to a minor city, so that's all right with me. Let's take a look at Thessalonica. What could we be building here? Honestly, a unit of onagers would be amazing. I'm going to do that. I want some onagers in Thessalonica so I can use them against the Macedonians and against the Brutii. That would be really fun. At Segestica, we have a pretty big population right now of 9,000. So I'm going to train a few peasants to send up to Aquincum, just because Aquincum is struggling a little bit in the population department. With a low population growth rate of 1.5% and a population of 1332, it'll take a while to grow Aquincum, so we want to help that out a little bit. And there's really nothing else to do this turn. There's no point in protecting Thermon's population growth rate right now because there are so few people here. So I can bring up the tax rate a little bit there. And let's see. Yeah, we can go ahead and end this turn. There's really nothing else we can do. So we are besieged at Thermon, unfortunately, and we are attacked. Vezina has been attacked by Amulius Brutus. This is the question. Do we try to use our Cretans a little bit? I think the answer is probably yes, and I'm hoping for a nice mountainous battle map. I don't see any mountains on our square, but nearby there are some mountains, so hopefully we get some kind of an elevation advantage. This is perfect. All right, so we have an elevation advantage right at the back of the battle map, which means we can use the Cretans long range, get some damage in on the Romans, and then we can just flee the battle. We still have move points, so we will line up right here in the corner, fire off a few arrows, protect them with my cavalry, and then we'll just leave the battle. So just get a little bit of damage in so that we have a bit of an advantage against the Brutii if they push up and try to take a couple of our settlements. Because we really don't have that much strength in this part of the world. We have to use it somewhat intelligently. I don't really count this as corner camping per se, because it's not like lining up a bunch of phalanxes. This is just staying near the border so I can flee. So I am going to call this fine and not cheesing. But, you know, I'm using a pretty strong tactical advantage here, so I'm all right with that. And the range that we're seeing with the Cretans is not accurate because we have the high ground advantage. The green arrow versus red arrow does not account for the height advantage range bonus. So I'm guessing we'll be in range actually very soon. Yes, there we are. So we're going to get some shots in. Looks like we're shooting these Hastati. That's good. Let's slow this down. And if we can hit... No, I don't know if it's worth shooting the general because we're not going to kill the general. Let's just get some damage in on stuff that won't be able to heal. So Hastati are good because they're very dense. We will allow our Cretans to fire off a lot into the Hastati. And then I'll have Vezina charge down the hill and use rally troops to stay safe. Let's just keep firing at whatever we can fire at. Now, the reason I charge down that hill, even though we're outnumbered with this general's unit, is that we get that big charge bonus from charging down a hill. So let's go back up the hill. Hopefully we manage to pull back and we don't lose Vezina right here. I'm going to tell the Cretans to withdraw because they've done their purpose here. We're going to use another charge down this hill to hopefully kill this general, Amulius Brutus. I don't know if we're going to manage it here. Let's see where my general himself is. He's right at the front. Let's flee. Hopefully we can escape. Can he make it out? Yep. There we go. 0 casualties on my end. I'm okay with that. We didn't kill their general, but we killed... Let's see... 107 of the enemy. That's worth doing. Nice and quick. No casualties. No risk. And they made it back to Salona. So, yeah, I'm all right with that. And he still has Untouched by Fear, even though he fled that battle. Sometimes they pick up negative traits, but that's +1 morale. We have +1 morale from Famous Warrior, +1 morale from Bloody, and +1 morale from Armor. So this guy is amazing as a commander in battle. Vezina is pretty much unmatched. Now, the question is, do we want to try and do that again and get a few more kills? I'm going to go up on this really steep hill and get some Illyrians, and we're just going to have a little force here to slow down Amulius Brutus if he tries to push this way towards Salona. Now, at Thermon, let's see how much of a disadvantage we're at. It's not great. We don't have any heavy infantry here. We don't have any long-range archers inside the city, so that's not ideal, but we have these 4 units of Chosen Archer Warband outside of the city, so we could either sally out and try to attack Captain Valerius. That honestly might not be a bad idea. We're probably going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to check my announcements, and then we might attack Captain Valerius here, and I just feel like we could beat him with 4 units of Chosen Archer Warband and a couple of generals inside the city, so we'll try that. Let's Take a look at our end of turn report. We profited that turn again, 2,743. So we're doing really well, even though we bought some Cretan archers. Love to see that. Death stalks the land, so that's still hitting Larissa hard, and it is still affecting our spy up by Germania. But looks like our spy died from the plague before he was able to reach the German town of Vicus Marcomanni. So unfortunately, we failed in spreading the plague to them, but that's all right. I'm not too worried about the Germans at this point. At Porlisum, we completed communal farming, and I don't really need to purchase anything else, but I will go ahead and get a stockade just because it's only 800 denarii, and I think it's weird not to have it in every city, just in case you get attacked by some rogue unit. At Titus, we have our archery range, and the question is, what do we want to do with this? I was going to send Chosen Archer Warband up north, but at this point, we probably don't need that. We'll hold off at Titus for now. I'm sure that'll be useful later, but I don't think we need to purchase anything here for now. Let's check out Trader. Would that be good for trade? Nah, not really. We'll just hold off at Titus. Unless, let's check out Shipwright. Purchase Shipwright. What would that do for trade? Oh, it would increase it by 200. I'm going to do that. More trade fleets is always good. And over at Salona, we completed a stockade. So the question is, what do we build next? A port would make us a lot of money, but Salona is kind of a fighting center right now. So, you know what? I am going to go with the port for Salona. I think we can hold Salona just because Aemilius Brutus isn't attacking. He's just hanging out here. And let's see what kind of forces we have with Vezina's army. This is not a bad army, especially given that it's on a hill. I think we could defend against Aemilius Brutus here. So I'm all right with that. Salona will build a port for now. I think it's worth investing in our economy until we've totally stacked our economy. So for a little longer, we will continue to do that. And over at Thessalonica, we completed our first unit of onagers. That is so exciting. And we can reunite that with these Scythian mercenaries if we want to take it over to maybe Apollonia. Let's see how far the onagers can go. I think that's a perfect match. So send the Scythian mercenaries over here, and we will send over some onagers, and then maybe some chosen archer warband just to pad out the army a little bit. Would that be enough to take Apollonia? Oh, definitely. Yeah, there are just some throwaway Velites and Cassius Brutus here. I think we can handle that. So we will hopefully be able to just sneak past Titus Brutus here and take Apollonia out from under them, because that would be really funny. And Vezina has just gotten a mercenary captain because of the Cretans that he's fighting with, I think. So +1 command, that's great. He's just getting better every turn. I'm very happy with that. Now, up at Campus Scythii, we will bring up a few more units of Chosen Archer Warband. There's another one coming from Porlisum. And yeah, we'll just keep them coming. I think that's probably enough after that. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of Chosen Archer Warband. I think that's plenty for dealing with some Scythian horse archers. So yeah, we're gonna say that's enough. We'll stop training more units there because we don't want to waste money. And over at Segestica, we were going to bring some peasants up to Aquincum and disband them to promote population growth in Aquincum. I want to make sure 1352. Okay, 1592. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we were within the boundaries of Aquincum here. It looked like it, but you never know. So yeah, Aquincum is a little bit closer to a large town now, which is wonderful. We'll keep doing that next turn at Segestica. And over at Larissa, we need to refresh the treatment that we're doing for the plague. So we're going to queue another unit of Barbarian Noble Cavalry and the rest of the peasants to bring the population down a little bit further. And I think there is no excuse for delaying the fight at Thermon. I'm trying to make sure I'm not going to mess this up, but I think we'll be all right, honestly. We have 2 good generals, 4 units of Chosen Archer Warband. We have to be able to handle this, right? We're going to try it. We'll see. What do they have? So they have... I just need to worry about the Equites and the War Dogs, and the rest I can pick apart with archers. So I think we'll be okay. We do not want Partituo to be controlled by the AI, so hopefully he's not. Sometimes it bugs out and gives it to the AI anyways, but hopefully not. So we have the high ground, which is wonderful. That'll be super useful for my Chosen Archer Warband here. You never know if they're going to charge up this hill because we're technically attacking them, so they don't have to charge me here. But sometimes they do, and in this case they're besieging my city, so I feel like they might be more aggressive. Okay, perfect. We are controlling the reinforcements, so as they enter the battlefield we'll bring them up. But hopefully we get some really good shots with our Chosen Archer Warband, and I don't know who to target early on. Probably Equites are not a bad thing to target, just because they're kind of the only real threat to our Chosen Archer Warband, since they're fast moving. Alright, so we've got some troops entering the battlefield. I'll send them over to reinforce the Chosen Archer Warband, and they're still not in range despite the high ground, so they're still pretty far away. We're just waiting on 2 more units to enter the battlefield before we can order them to join the rest of the army. Alright, we got one of them and the other one. Perfect. So we'll have everyone sprint over here, and the reinforcing cavalry is almost here, which is wonderful. There'll be a nice kind of shield against any cavalry charges against my archers. I'm tempted to turn off skirmish mode because let me pause this just to check the stats on these. So Chosen Archer Warband have total defense of 10 and melee attack of 11, which makes them honestly on par with something like Hastati, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to let them not skirmish, just get them to fire as many shots as possible, and I think they can probably handle themselves fairly well. So I'm going to say that's fine. We will just keep the cavalry handy to deal with the Equites. I think we'll be alright. And our mercenary peltas have just shown up, which is perfect. They will go out front in front of the Chosen Archer Warband, so they can be kind of a cushion. We don't want them too spread thin, something like that. And we will have them not skirmish. And then we'll put the other Archer Warband behind our Chosen Archer Warband. Hopefully they don't shoot them, but I just don't want them to get charged and break really easily because they have really horrible melee stats. So we'll have them go over here, and yeah, we won't have them skirmish either. I'm going to speed this up a little bit just to see if they do anything, but I think they won't, so that's alright. Let's go ahead and group up the army and move them forward just a little bit. And I'm going to slow this down just a little bit, see if we can get in range, have everyone run. But if we can get in range with our Chosen Archers... Okay, we're in range. And let's see who they're targeting. Okay, yeah, they're doing a ton of damage. That's good. Let's have you fire at these Hastati. You fire at these Hastati. Just kind of spread out who you're firing at. Yeah, shoot these guys. Whoever looks like they have a nice strong unit with no casualties yet, we want to target them. And if they let us fire all of our arrows, that is ideal. Let's get their point of view on this. Over here, they're getting shot. Yeah, they don't even see the enemy. They're firing at them, so not great for them. Definitely taking a lot of casualties. Who is not getting hit? These Principes? No, they're getting hit. Over here, these guys haven't been hit because no one has them in range, I think. But I'm alright with that if one unit survives. We'll just charge them with cavalry later. And I'll just speed this up, let us fire off a few more arrows. We probably want to change focus to, let's turn off fire at will. And we want to change focus to be very specific. So these smaller units are not a good target anymore. Let's target these. Who do we want to target? That's a decent unit. We'll target them. And then I might reposition these 2 units to get a shot on this unit of Principes. Alright, we'll reposition this 1 unit just because it's the furthest out here anyways. So go here. And hopefully they still don't charge. That's ideal for me. Perfect. So fire out these Principes, and I'm going to kind of go the long way to redirecting this unit of Chosen Archer Warband, because I want them to come all the way around this way without getting shot by these guys. So come over here, and let's see how everyone's doing. Oh yeah, they've taken a ton of casualties. All these units are totally flimsy. This unit, yeah, 71 over here. Still very flimsy. And we're down to 126 over here, so that's pretty good. We're running a little bit low on ammunition. Okay, are they fleeing the battle right now, or are they just repositioning? I think they're just repositioning because they've lost so many troops. Can we reach... What do we want to reach here? Alright, so this unit's in position. Let's get them over here. See if we can target these Equites. We're not quite in range with the unit that I repositioned first, but we'll let them target these Principes. What is left? Alright. I almost want to get my Archer Warband in the action. I think the Archer Warband will be mostly for shooting the Warhounds. Yeah, let's see how many people have died here. Oh my goodness. We've killed a lot of Brutii. But, hey, only good Brutii is a dead Brutii. So we're still not in range with our kind of commander unit of Chosen Archer Warband. I'll push them up there, and I will bring my escort with, because I don't want them to get overexposed and charged by these Equites. So run into position. I just want a shot on these Equites. Okay, we have a shot. Hopefully this does good damage, because I don't want to get charged by cavalry and have morale issues, so. Alright. Yep, it's doing good damage. First volley did 7 damage. Oh yeah, they're taking good damage. Nice and quick. I think we're slightly out of range now, but we'll just move a little bit further forward, get a few more shots in. And the weaker this unit gets, the worse their situation gets, because at this point I could probably wrap up the whole army with a couple of cavalry charges, just hit one weak unit and wrap up the rest of the army, but I want to guarantee it, make sure there's nothing left on the field, because I don't have any heavy infantry, so I'm relying entirely on archers. And at this point, I'm going to drop a new formation with my Archer Warband right here, and the Mercenary Peltas right in front of them. Because if they can fire all their arrows as well, then we are really in business. So let's get these 3 units of Chosen Archers to kind of stand with them in solidarity for morale reasons in case they get charged. This commander's unit as well, we'll bring it over here just so it's not by itself. And then we can also bring the cavalry over just so everyone stays together. Alright, so we're getting kind of charged with our Archer Warband. That's alright. Our Illyrians will get a shot in as well, or our Mercenary Peltas rather. And yeah, as they push up this hill, they're just going to take a ton of damage. They're wavering. These Velites have broken. Yeah. Not a good situation for them. And this is part of the reason I wanted to fight the Brutii before the Macedonians, because the early Roman army is so heavily dependent on infantry that a good amount of archers makes them really flimsy. Whereas the Macedonians love to bring just a ton of light cavalry, which is honestly a good counter for a lot of archers. So yeah, this is not great for them. Let's fire at these Equites. We'll take off fire at will for now, because I want to weaken this last unit of Equites. It's the strongest thing left on the field. And once this gets nice and weakened, there's not really much else I need to do. Now these Principes are charging my Mercenary Peltas, but they're outnumbered so heavily that they're wavering and they're broken. Yeah, that's it. So we'll reposition these guys, just shielding our archers. That's the only reason they're here. And okay, the War Dogs are moving up. So if we can get some shots into these War Dogs before they have the hounds released, we will do a ton of damage, because for every handler that dies, the war dogs die too. So yeah, these archers are perfect for taking out the war dogs. And there we go, the war dogs have been released, so I will let the mercenary peltas eat that charge from the war dogs. Just chew your way through mercenary peltas, that's alright. And I'm going to turn these archers back to fire at will. Just shoot whatever you can reach. And yeah, I mean, there's really nothing left in this army. Just a couple of dogs. And yeah, my mercenary peltas are celebrating. All right, come on. You still got to kill these dogs. Dead. War dogs dead. This unit has left the battle. They're just dead. Okay. All right, target these war dogs. And we're almost out of archer ammo here. So I think I'm going to start using my generals to just wrap up everything left on the field. Everything should break really easily now because they just don't have the strength in any of their units. Yep. Unit of Equites broken. Unit of Principe is broken. And the battle's technically over. We'll just go ahead and wrap up whatever we can reach. And yeah, I don't know what else to charge. Try and catch something. But yeah, that was a very decisive victory. We killed 94% of the enemy. Let's go ahead and end the battle. Unless we're about to catch someone. Are we about to catch someone? No, we'll just go ahead and end the battle. So yeah, they killed 73 of us, and we killed 1,400 of them. Their army should disband, so I'm happy with that. We lost half a unit of mercenary peltas, which was there to eat the charge anyways, so I'm alright with that. And we got a man of the hour. Amazing. What is with just our general situation is amazing in this campaign. Compared to the Spanish campaign, this has been so easy just because of good generals. And this would actually be perfect to reunite with Captain Dapix and our new Scythians and our new onagers. So hopefully this army survives against Titus Brutus, but I think we should be alright. I might send up... I could send up more units to assist Deceneu here. Yeah, I'll send up Duras, because he's not managing the city, so he has really no impact on public order. He's good in a battle, and I just need enough cavalry here to eat a charge from, 3 units of Equites and a couple of family members, so I think it's good to have a little bit extra heavy cavalry here. Alright, we are good to go ahead and end this turn. There's nothing else we can do. That's the nice thing about the Dacia campaign. We're so early in it that these turns are actually pretty quick. Okay. So our invading army of Scythians and onagers is being attacked by Titus Brutus. Honestly, this will be fairly difficult. Do I want to voluntarily take this fight? The question is, will we be on this mountain? Because if we are, these Scythians will be incredible. And I'm just trying to map out how much strength is here. Ooh. I don't know. I don't know if this is worth doing. Because if we retreat, do we make it to Thessalonica? You already know what I'm going to do. I'm taking this battle. I will always take a battle. Hopefully we get good high ground. That's all I'm hoping for with this mountainous terrain. We probably shouldn't win this fight, but with Scythians, you never really know. Alright, let's see what kind of a... Oh, we didn't get any terrain advantages, unfortunately. Okay, that makes things a little bit scarier. Let's... I think we stick near a border. That way we can just flee the battle if this goes poorly. So let's get the Scythians up here. I'll use them in the open field. I'll run them around a lot. And we'll just keep the stuff that's slow moving near this border. So get them over here. Get them ready to flee if they need to. And we'll take these Scythians, get them over here, just get them to start firing at whatever they can reach. Do some damage to the army, and then we'll get out of here. So I'll speed this up just because I don't intend to actually complete this battle. So we're just going to get some damage in. Alright, stop running. You're in range. And yep, they're going to do a lot of damage to these Equites. Let's speed this up a little bit. Yeah, these Equites are getting absolutely shredded. They've lost about 40 strength already. So let's keep it moving. We do not want to get caught out. And we don't want to lose these brand new Scythians before they've even made an impact in this campaign. But these Equites are getting absolutely ripped apart. These Cavalry Auxilia want a piece of me just because they are a missile cavalry unit. So I'm going to try and stay somewhat away from them because there's no reason for them to get any shots in on me. If I can have my Chosen Archer Warband rip them apart, that would be ideal. So let's just keep moving. Keep moving. And have we killed them yet? Alright, they're down to 7. Alright, just a few more. And, I mean, honestly, we could probably just charge them. They'd probably break. 6. Alright, go this direction. Alright. And I'm going to have these onagers flee. Because they're not going to do anything productive. I don't want to lose them. And they take forever to flee. Alright, these Scythians, we will keep them moving. And try to keep them firing as well. Alright, let's get them over here. And can we... I don't know, maybe we want to rip apart this Roman general unit. Just get some shots in on him. I don't know if we can really do enough damage to this general's unit. But we'll just keep these Scythians moving. See if we can do some damage to these. Yeah, this might be inadvisable. I'm fleeing. Chosen Archer Warband. Maybe we'll let them get a few shots in, but... Yeah, I don't want to lose this whole army. This is a great army. Ooh, what's happening? Alright. Don't skirmish. Follow my instructions, just run. I think fleeing might be in this direction, unfortunately. Ooh. Honestly, shooting them in the back is not the worst thing. Keep running. Yeah, we might lose this one unit, unfortunately. That's okay. If that's what we have to do in order to get the rest of the units to safety, that's alright. We'll tell these guys to go all the way to this border, and maybe they can flee that direction. Our Chosen Archer Warband is getting in a fight, but looks like they won it. So, I don't know. We'll shoot these Equites. Who knows? Maybe we will not have to flee after all. But I'm going to tell these Scythians to flee because they're a little too valuable. Can't risk losing them. And yeah, over here, how are we doing? Are we firing at these Equites? Because I don't think these Chosen Archer Warband are going to manage to flee, because they have to flee all the way that way for some reason to leave the battle. So we'll just let them get as many shots in as possible. Kill some Equites. And then they will fight it out. And yeah, they make it out of the battle. Let's see what we lost. Maybe I should have just fled in the first place, but I kind of felt like I could have won that, but nope, could not have won that. All right, let's see here. Okay, Aemilius Brutus, not a very good army. I should be able to win this because I have some archers, and Vezina's pretty good. I think we can handle him. Let's see. I forget, how good of a general are you? He's okay. He has no morale buffs or debuffs, and he has 6 command stars, so that's pretty good. Vezina is definitely better, though. Lots of morale, lots of command stars. So we have the advantage here on that front, and we do have long-range archers and short-range archers, so I think we should be able to do this. Alright, so in this battle, we don't really have any elevation advantages. Once again, unfortunately. I think we just draw using a line of hoplites and kind of some Illyrians on the wings, on guard mode, some more Illyrians over here, and just have this be kind of a distraction that gets people stuck fighting in a block. And then we will use our Cretans and our Archer Warband to just get as many kills as possible. And then our Warlord will keep with them just to protect them somewhat. And the question is, ooh, how is this going to go? Is this Equites over here? Yeah, I think so. I almost want to just start breaking Velites. I'm going to start doing it just with Vezina because this is such a wide line of Velites that I think we can avoid getting in any kind of a conflict with, you know, a general's unit or Hastati or Equites. So let's just break this unit of Velites. Oh man, their general's charging. All right, redirect. Get out of there. Okay. So just keep moving. Tell these archers not to skirmish. Let them get some kills on this general. And then, oh man, this is not how I wanted this to go. Vezina, can you win this? I mean, he's doing well. I don't know, can he do this? Okay, I need to pay attention to this battle. This is not going well. This is just right off the bat, this is going kind of horrendously. All right, let's use rally troops here. Are we winning this fight against the general? We are winning the fight against the general. So that's good. Over here, we're winning this fight as well. We're going to have some units breaking. These Cretans are too valuable. I'm going to back them up, even though this might cause the Archer Warband to break. I want them to be alive for the second half of this battle. Their general is down to 3. He'll die any second, and then we can start wrapping up this army. So there we go. He's dead. Let's start smashing into these units and breaking them. We'll first break the Velites, then the Equites. They're wavering. Wavering, come on, you gotta break. And yep, Hastati over here broken, so lots of enemies are breaking. We really need these Equites to break. Come on. Okay, they've broken. We're just gonna go around breaking units. So break these Velites. They're shaken for now, just because they haven't gotten a solid charge yet. I just hope I don't lose Vezina here. I mean, he's an old guy, but he's been doing so much good just defending this part of our empire, so yeah, I hope I don't lose him. But I mean, the rest of these guys, ballistas are probably the last tough thing on this battlefield, because ballistas are always really hard to break. But there we go, broken. And let's just mop up these Velites, all of that. Come on, Vezina. You are still young. Oh boy. He might, if he dies, I'm sorry. I know I have a habit of getting my generals killed, but he's doing really well. I think this is kind of the only way to win this battle, so. Oh, come on. You got this, Vezina. You got this. I just hate that these Velites aren't breaking because they're so wide, like, spread out. He doesn't get a good charge into any of them. Oh, he's down to 15. 13. Oh, come on. Just break this unit and then you can retire. All right, you've earned your pension. Just round up these guys that are fleeing, and we'll let the infantry do the rest. That was a little bit scary. Not my most confident battle. The start was not indicating that I was going to win, but we did it in the end. I'm all right with that. I just wonder how many of them we killed. We killed 61%. That's not bad, and we killed their general. And the thing with all these Roman generals is they're always not that good as commanders, but they're always really good administrators. So I always feel really good killing a guy who's generating a lot of tax income and he's very popular with the Senate. I'm like, yeah, we just took a real all-star out of their lineup. So there we go. Clear victory. We probably just lost some archers, right? Yeah, we lost some archers, lost some Illyrians. Didn't lose any Cretans, though, and we didn't lose our general. So I'm very proud of Vezina. He did very well. And I mean, look at the Brutii's forces. They're not looking too tough, right? Like, Apollonia, I mean, they just dropped off some more reinforcements, but not that I'm saying Vezina's going to push south, but we've got some decent units in the area. All right, let's go ahead and retrain all these guys. I think we have, yeah, the Shrine to Artemis, so we can upgrade all of their missile attacks. And we'll build maybe... we'll build some Barbarian Noble Cavalry. It would be nice to have some more heavy cavalry that we could use to just fight off the Equites, that kind of stuff. And over at Larissa, we will requeue the plague combating sequence. So get some heavy cavalry and more peasants. Over at Thermon, we are just building some heavy infantry and stuff, which I think is good. And honestly, let's get the population back up a little. Yeah, there we go. Just getting those out of the queue helps with the population at Thermon. And I really just want to get these Scythians and these barbarian noble cavalry over at Larissa, out into the field, reunite them with Duras and Desineu, and just head over to Apollonia. But as long as there is plague at Larissa, I don't want to risk losing these generals, so we have to wait. In the meantime, we can buy some hoplites, and we'll hold off on the peltasts, but hoplites are worth purchasing. And we're just going to sit up in the mountains, and if they want to attack us, they will have a huge disadvantage climbing up a mountain. So I'm alright with that. And I'll send over a unit of Falksmen as well. Just give them a little more heavy infantry, just to keep them nice and safe. I think Thessalonica's safe enough, right? Yeah, I think we're good here. We have a lot of archers, a lot of Scythians. I don't think Titus Brutus would actually be able to take Thessalonica right now, so we're alright over there. Let's take a look at our announcements. End of turn report. We profited 1,800. It's crazy. We're profiting no matter what we buy, so I'm really happy with that. We're still just going strong in Larissa with our plague. That's not any new information. But we have some buildings completed in the construction report. So let's take a look at Segestica. We have a Hall of Heroes here. And we're going to go straight for... Oh, do we want... I'm done with the Sacred Grove of Bendis just because we don't need farms and food production anymore since we got the huge population infusion. So let's knock down the Shrine to Bendis, and we're going to go for the Circle of Hebelesis just because we need that morale +2. This is going to end up being a troop training center. So in Segestica, we will do the Shrine to Hebelesis. And I'm going to build one unit of Chosen Swordsmen just to have a little more meat on this army, just in case we get besieged here, because we don't have any heavy infantry here. And then we have another unit of Barbarian Peasants to send up to Aquincum. Let me make sure. Yeah, we can bring down the tax rate. So we will go ahead and disband that unit of peasants, bring down the tax rate, and they are so close to a large town. I'm very happy about that. Up at Campus Scythii, we have another unit of Chosen Archer Warband, and the city is actually full. So let me go ahead and pull everyone out who will be used in the conflict against the Scythians. And that's a pretty decent looking army. Let's march a little closer with this unit of Chosen Archer Warband. And yeah, I'm liking the look of this. We'll grab a unit of maybe 2 units of Chosen Swordsmen just to have some nice infantry as well. And we can buy more Scythians. So we'll buy one more unit of that. And yeah, I'm happy with this army. Once we get this unit of Chosen Archer Warband, we will march over to, what is this place? Tenais or Campus Sarmatii. I think Tenais first. We want all these Black Sea. Is this the Black Sea? We want all these Black Sea ports to maximize our trade. So that will be our priority. And then we will pick up the rest of the Scythian cities because we just want them out of the game. Now, Vezina, our faction leader, he's been doing so well as a commander. I might just park him over here because at least he is in the action. Hopefully he can get a fight with Captain Herennius. I mean, I would not like it if they grabbed all of these troops and marched north. But with pressure coming from the south and the north, I think they will not be able to effectively defend Apollonia and maintain their troop presence here. So I'm guessing Titus Brutus is coming home soon, in which case we can kind of put the pressure back on, bring these troops over with the onagers, and I'm sure Apollonia will be ours relatively soon here. And the one final thing I want to take care of before I end this episode is that I've been wanting to build a watchtower over here. This was recommended by a commenter, and I think it's a great idea, so I want to see if I can do this. I'm going to take Cotizo out of Segestica and just plant a watchtower right here as close to Gallic territory as possible. And that way, we'll get him back next turn. But that way, we have permanent view of everything that's happening in Ariminum and Batavium. We can see this massive, scary army. And I think this just gives us a lot better advance notice if, for example, the Julii are expanding, taking Gallic territory, or if the Gauls are preparing to attack me. So I'm happy I have that. I wanted to get that in before I end this episode. But yeah, all right. This was a pretty productive episode. I feel like we got a lot done. I'm really enjoying the higher frame rate from fixing whatever was going on with Rome being glitchy. But I really feel like the Brutii are on the back foot here. The Macedonians are as well, but they have a lot of troops. I mean, these are scary armies. They don't look too strong. You know, they've taken some casualties, but there's a lot of units here. So I'm not underestimating them. I would not be surprised if they knocked the Greeks off of Greece before I come down here and grab it. So yeah, they're still a formidable enemy, and we still have to deal with the Brutii and eventually the rest of the Romans as well. So a lot to look forward to for next time. I'm going to go ahead and end it here, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and have a great day. Bye-bye.